So I have been neglecting to share any videos lately because, well, mainly because of work and studying and life has gotten in the way. But since this is the 4-month anniversary of receiving this watch, I thought it would be pretty optimal to show you how it's fared over the last few months. And it is flawless. I am beyond impressed. This watch has not changed since the day I received it. I wore it throughout the summer. I deliberately put it in the sun, wore it in the sun very often, direct sunlight, to see how the dial would hold up. Because if we know anything about, the original Submariner dials, or the glass dials especially, prolonged exposure to sun and humidity caused them to spider and to crack. So I wanted to see how well the enamel was keeping, and it is fantastic. It has not had a single problem. All these little details you can see. I apologize for the camera quality, by the way. I'm using an iPad. There's a funny story behind that, I'll tell you that now. All these marks that you see, they might just be thumbprints and fingerprints. Yeah, they're just oils from my fingers. The watch is still in pretty good condition, but I have worn it very often and I have used it very often. I don't know, I'm surprised there aren't more scratches on here, but yeah, there's a few scratches on the clasp, as you can expect. Yeah, the underside of the clasp has been, oh, that's lovely, has been used. Let's do another wrist shot. So the story is, the reason why I'm using this iPad is because I was wearing this watch when I fell into the Thames when I was visiting a friend in Oxford, and my phone was in my pocket, so that was really cool. And this watch was submersed in the Thames for a little while. It's quite a cool story. So putting it on, it is as flawless as it was when I received it. All I can say is you have to believe the hype about this thing because it is absolutely perfect. Let's adjust the bezel. Listen to this. It is spectacular. It lines up perfectly, as you can see. There's no play to it at all. You don't need to push down anymore on it, which is fantastic. I am viewing this quite close to the camera, I realize, but I'm quite restricted for space where I'm sitting, so I apologize. This thing is just fantastic. I cannot, out of all the watches I own, I would rely on this one more than any of my other watches. And I know there's been serious debate about where all these parts, where its internal components are made and manufactured. If there are some Chinese parts to the design of this, to the design of the ETA clone. But I must say, there aren't many scratches on this, which I'm quite surprised of. If I look in detail, there are a few, but they're very microscopic. What I can say is that the way I talk and I exercise quite often is I use my hands and arms a lot and very sporadically. There's no grace when I wear watches, so I really put this through its test in that regard. I do tend to bash it on walls, which is quite a problem. It's my fault. There is, I think, is there a scratch on the bezel? I remember there was a micro scratch somewhere. Maybe it's disappeared. But wow, I am blown away by this thing. If anything, the bracelet has been, it's just incredible. I'm so chuffed to own this thing. And again, all the positive talk we've been sharing about this piece, it is well founded. This thing is as good as it was the day I received it. Again, this is the 4-month anniversary of owning this. I've worn it, I would say, near to every day of the last 4 months, and it is still phenomenal. So if you haven't gotten one yet since my last video, I really recommend you get one now. This has been tried and tested, and it is still incredible. So thank you for watching. I'm going to be sharing a few more videos in due course. So thank you again. I'll see you in the future.